Good morning, students. Today I will tell you about one of the poems being taught in class 12 CBSE from Flamingo. It is the second poem, that is an elementary school classroom in a slum. It is composed by one of the poets, that is Stephen Spender, who has described about the life of all the children who are really so much poverty stricken. They look like rootless weeds, thin paper, and like a rat who is in quest of food. Really, their life is so miserable, and they are taught about Shakespeare's that is quite meaningless to them. What is their condition in such modern life that is pitiably described by the poet? So here I have to tell you all about the poem. First of all, I would like to tell you something about the poet. He is an English poet, essayist, and writer, briefly taught in his school in Devon. He was professor at University College London and professor emeritus. He focuses on social injustice and class struggle in work, tension between poetic lyricism, romantic idealism, and a strong political consciousness. So here this man is so wise and understandable that he likes to tell us all about his poems. Here you can see this very scene. That is, what can you see in this picture? You can see there are rat holes, there are potholes, catacombs, and the map, the photo of Shakespeare, and the school classroom which is painted and not so well, it is sour classroom. Means the paints are so ugly that is not good looking at all. Themes of the poem. It explores the social injustice and the inequality prevalent in our societies. It is not justice, the society of one or the other nation, but it is a global issue that poet has addressed through this poem. The poet aims to portray the conditions of the youngsters residing in the slum and also reflects upon the education system which has its own prejudices. Moreover, it also highlights the sharp contrast between the outer glorious world, which is full of temptations, and the life of the underprivileged children of the slum who are sitting in the gloomy classrooms. I think it is very essential to recite the poem which really inculcates the feeling of the poet that he wants to convey to the rest of the world. What is that? Far, far from gusty waves, the children faces like rootless weeds. The hair torn round their palate, the tall girl with her weighed-down head, the paper swimming boy with rat's eyes, the stunted, unlucky air of twisted bones, reciting a father gnarled disease, his lesson from his desk at back of the teen class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of a squirrel's game in three other languages. The second stanza it tells, on sour green walls, the nations, Shakespeare's hit, cloudless at dawn, civilized dome lighting all cities, awarding the world its world, and yet, for rich children, these windows, not this map, a world where all their future is painted with war. A narrow street seldom, with a leaky sky, the lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. Surely, Shakespeare is wicked. The map is bad example, with ships and sun, and love tempting them to stroll. For lives that slide thrown in their cramped holes, from fog to endless night, on their slag heap, these children wear skins pipped through by bones and spectacles of steel, with mended glass, like bottle beads on stones. All of their time and space are fog slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as two. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut on their lives like catacombs. Break or black, open till they break the tongue, and so a challenge to green fields and make their world run azure on bold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves of an history, theirs whose language is the same. Here we have understood most of the lines that tells us about the most miserable condition of their lives that are being lived by most of the children who live in slums. It is also quite essential to know some words before coming to know its word to word meaning literally, that is gusty waves. What does it mean, stormy waves of sea? Weeds, wild plants that grow unwanted, pale and withered face, gnarled, twisted, diseased one, unnoticed tomb, a large rounded roof, ceiling that is shaped like half of a ball. Keep, what is this? A point or extension of land jutting out into water as a peninsula or as a projecting point. Cramped, very narrow, slyly, secretly. Slack, refuse unwanted material or dross, you can say. Blot, abolish, destroy. Doom, that is that final day, very bad event or situation that can not be avoided. Catacomb, an underground place where people are buried. Azure, the blue color of the clear sky, that is called azure. Now I will tell you about the first stanza description of the children. This stanza talks about the children of the slum sitting in the classroom who are far away from the velvety, comfortable, rich world outside. They face lots of problems. The children are undernourished, malnourished, and their health clearly shows the effect of malnutrition. Their bodies are diseased, thin and weak, and they are unhurt. Their faces are dull, without any energy and enthusiasm for learning. They are not willing to go to school. They have no sense of education. What is the meaning of their education? They do not understand. They are not just overburdened with the thousand responsibilities, but seen as if they are captives. They are like prisoners in the school who wish to run away to enjoy the life and the world outside, but they are just forced to stay. So here I have already told you something, and the rest of the things I will tell you in the next video. Thank you, children, for listening and watching the video. Thank you once again. Thank you.